My name is Tessa Marlowe. I was 30 years old. My father turned me into the punchline of his birthday toast and smiled like it was charming. He lifted his bourbon, scanned the room full of neighbors and golf buddies, and said, "I have 2 daughters. One sells million-dollar homes, and one still runs documents and coffee around town like she is 20. The room erupted. People laughed like cruelty was entertainment. My sister Vanessa added, "Remember when she said she would be a businesswoman?" More laughter. My mother Paula leaned on the counter and smirked. Some kids never grow up. I set my glass down carefully, watched them enjoy it, then walked out with my shoulders straight. They thought my silence meant I lost. What they did not understand was, my work was the only reason their life looked stable in the first place. I am a mobile notary and records courier. I handle time-sensitive filings for attorneys, hospitals, title offices, and probate cases across the county. It is not glamorous, so my family mocked it, but my grandmother trusted it. 3 years earlier, when her memory started slipping, she asked me, not Vanessa, to help organize her estate files. She told me I was the only one who read every page before signing. The lake house, the upkeep account, and a small family trust were put under an outside fiduciary. I was not the owner, but I was the designated operations contact, authorized to submit annual compliance renewals and verify occupant paperwork. It was boring, technical, and easy to laugh at, which is why nobody paid attention as long as bills cleared. A week before my father's birthday, I had already emailed him and texted my mother about missing verification forms tied to the residence and linked autopay instructions. Nobody replied. That night after the party, I opened my laptop, pulled up the unread chain, and saw the deadline. Annual verification expired in 7 days. If it lapsed, routine disbursements tied to the residence could suspend until the trustee received updated documents. Not sabotage. Process. I sent one final reminder, clear and emotionless. Annual compliance packet remains incomplete. If not returned by Friday at 5 in the evening, automated residential disbursements will suspend pending review. I attached the forms. I copied both parents. I did not copy Vanessa. Then I slept better than I had in months. The next few days told me everything. My father viewed the email and ignored it. My mother opened it twice and still did nothing. Vanessa posted a condo tour captioned, "Busy building actual business." By Thursday afternoon, the trustee sent a final notice. No updated residency affidavit. No reauthorization of linked payment instructions. Suspension scheduled for Friday. So that Friday, I worked, ran filings, ate takeout, and watched the clock. At 5:04 in the evening, the system suspended exactly as the notice said it would. If your own family mocked your work in public, would you warn them one last time? Or go quiet and let the process speak? Comment, warn, or go quiet. Monday morning. The first text hit at 7:05 in the morning. My mother wrote, "My card got declined for coffee. What is happening?" I did not answer. At 7:15 in the morning, Vanessa texted in all caps, "Why is my mortgage showing unpaid? This is an emergency." At 8:05 in the morning, my father called 3 times and left a voicemail full of rage. The truck payment did not draft. What did you do? Not what happened. What did you do? By 9:38 in the morning, my mother's voice changed from angry to scared. Someone at the trust office says they cannot confirm occupancy and there is a hold. They are saying the property is not in our names the way your father thought. Where are you? I sat in my car outside a title office and let silence answer for me. Then the trustee's office called. Not because I owed my family comfort, but because I still respected process. The fiduciary manager, Marjorie Klein, confirmed the same thing. No forms returned. No verification. Suspension active. Then she added the detail that made my stomach go cold. During review, they saw my father had used the trust residence as supporting documentation on more than one financial application, including the truck refinance and a short-term bridge arrangement tied to one of Vanessa's purchases. So it was not just sloppiness. He had been borrowing against an image, using my grandmother's house as leverage while mocking the person who kept the paperwork clean. Vanessa sent a voice note trying a new angle. Tessa now. This misunderstanding is spiraling. Underwriting is asking questions. Just fix whatever clerical thing happened and we will handle the family stuff later. The family stuff. Like my humiliation was bad timing behind escrow. That evening, my mother slid the wrinkled affidavit packet under my apartment door with a note. We did not realize it was this serious. I laughed out loud. Alone. That was always their excuse. They never realized anything was serious when it came from me. My father cornered me outside the county records building just after 4 in the afternoon. He stepped up like he still owned authority. Enough of this. You made your point. Call whoever handles this and undo it. It is not undone with a phone call, I said. It is compliance review. He scoffed. You stamp forms and run errands. Do not act like you built anything. I looked at him and said, then you should have no problem fixing it without me. And I drove away. That night, the official suspension summary hit. Drafts rejected. Access paused. Review pending. Consequences arriving in order. By Tuesday, the family chat was a panic feed. My mother posted screenshots from bank apps. Vanessa sent voice memos between showings. My father alternated between demands and accusations. I muted them and went to work. All day, I moved through a world where competence mattered more than image. And it made my family's cruelty feel even smaller. That evening, they showed up together at my apartment. My mother first, then Vanessa in heels, then my father last. Already angry before I opened the door. I only let them in because I was done being hunted in hallways. My father did not sit. Fix it, he said. Vanessa tried softer. We all said stupid things at the party. It got out of hand. But this could damage my business. I stared at her. That is your opening line. My mother whispered. Honey, we did not know everything was connected. That is because none of you listen when I speak. I said. My father pointed at me. You are being vindictive. No, I said. Vindictive would be forging, interfering, inventing problems. I did none of that. I sent required documents. You ignored them. The system suspended. Vanessa crossed her arms. You could have called me. You mocked me in front of the room. I said. You called my work errands. My father said, after everything we have done for you, you live in this place and act powerful because of paperwork. I opened the door. Get out. My mother tried one last line. If we lose that house, I cut her off. Then you will finally learn the difference between having something and being entitled to it. They left. The silence afterward did not feel lonely. It felt earned. When they showed up demanding you fix what they broke, would you fold to keep the peace? Or hold the line and let them face consequences? Comment, fold or hold. The next week was where panic turns into administrative reality. Late fees became notices. Notices became deadlines. Underwriting flags became calls Vanessa could not charm away. The truck lender sent a warning after the failed draft was not cured in time. The insurer requested updated occupancy verification. The trustee scheduled a formal review and warned residential use would remain restricted until documentation and account separation were corrected. Eventually, my mother called from a new number, and her voice sounded older. Your father sold his boat, she said. Vanessa borrowed against her bonus, and it still did not clear everything. I am not asking you to make it disappear. I am asking what we have to do. That was the first honest sentence anyone said to me in weeks. So I told her, separate household accounts from trust-related addresses, submit current occupancy certifications, correct financial applications that implied ownership when there was only permitted use, provide insurance documentation, attend the trustee review without theatrics. The trustee meeting happened in a beige conference room that smelled like coffee and copier heat. Marjorie sat with a compliance attorney and a stack of folders. My father looked smaller than I had ever seen him. My mother held a legal pad with both hands. Vanessa had no makeup on. Marjorie went item by item through the ignored notices. Unreturned affidavit. Unsupported address usage. And the way my father had relied on a trust-managed residence as social proof. Then she turned to me. For the record, did you issue reminder communications prior to suspension? Yes. I said. Multiple written reminders with attached forms and deadlines. Did you suspend any account personally? No, I said. The system suspended automatically after non-compliance. My father wanted to argue, but facts do not care about volume. Afterward, my father asked to speak privately in the parking lot. He started with excuses. Pressure, pride, image. I let him run out. Then I said, what hurt most was not the joke. It was that you really believed I was less valuable than the things I quietly kept from falling apart. He looked down. I was proud of Vanessa in the way people can see, he said. And I treated you like your work only mattered when something went wrong. Yes, I said. Exactly. His eyes were wet when he finally said it. I was wrong. I helped after that. But on my terms. I clarified records. I organized the remediation checklist. I made sure the trust was protected without letting them slide back into old habits. They paid in fees, stress, and public pride. More than that, they paid in the one currency they hated most. Being forced to admit the person they mocked was the most competent person in the room. If you want more real stories like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. The next one will hit even harder.